just feel like I've been in the same rank for like kind of a long time,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know, I just want to get better.
Sure. Okay. Okay. Let me look at your form here really fast. Uh, rank is around Diamond Masters with a rank reset.
Yeah, well, with rank reset, I'm actually in Latin slow, unfortunately.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Now, how long you been playing Overwatch?
Well, my history with the game's a little weird because I bought the game when it was still Overwatch 1,
Yep.
but I played maybe like 2 or 3 matches and then just never really played it again.
Sure.
And then, when it became 5v5, I like came back. My friends were all like, "Oh, they made the game easy now, so you can play it."
Okay.
And,
Okay. And did you
then I
stick?
like,
Go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry.
I stuck with it. Yeah, I
Okay.
stuck with it like pretty much since start of Overwatch 2.
Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Now
Some
I'm
little
seeing.
breaks, but
Yeah.
that's about
Yeah.
it.
Now you're mostly a support player. Why?
Support? Oh wait, you might have the wrong form pulled up or something. How about pretty much DPS one
No,
pick?
no, no, no. You're correct. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah. Okay. I've seen TPS wrong one. Okay. Soldier Tracer, Sojourn, sometimes Asher Faro.
Yeah,
Okay. So mostly hit scan. Got it. Okay. So why
yeah.
hit scan?
Um, I don't know. I mean, I didn't play like much FPS, but I always like I'm a very like mechanically inclined player. Like that's just kind of what appeals to me. So
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Let me look at your thing here. It says, "What do you hope to get out of the session? I want to improve my decision making in game and gain some insight on the most effective ways to improve. I think getting an outside view of my gameplay would help me a lot, since a lot of the time it feels unclear to me about what I should be doing." Okay, sounds good. Now, in terms of your hero pool here, you said in order of playtime, Soldier, Tracer, Sojourn, sometimes Ash or Pharah. Is that still the case?
yeah, I've been mostly focusing on Tracer as for the past like month.
Okay. Okay. Why?
Well, actually, when I originally hit Diamond, like a long time ago, my friends were all like, they're like, "Oh, well, you're just an aim one trick," because I was playing like Soja and like
Uh-huh.
Widow and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to like play a hero that like takes a little bit of like actual like game sense and stuff like that,
Okay. Okay. How are you enjoying it?
while also having the mechanical aspect. It's pretty fun. I probably enjoy it more than most heroes, except for like on the bad maps and stuff.
Okay. Okay. Are you enjoying it as much as you would like playing Soldier or Sojourn?
I still like Soldier. I don't really like Sojourn very much, so I still play a bit of Soldier when
Okay.
I like I can't pick Tracer.
So mostly Tracer, Soldier when you feel like it's necessary or when you want to.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. I would encourage you to just, obviously, like friends bullying aside, I would encourage you to just play really what you want. What you want. Like, I
okay.
think as long as you are playing what you want, then your life is going to be a lot easier in terms of being able to grind for long periods of time. I think there's something to be said, like your tastes change. Like I remember when I first started playing, like I was almost exclusively like a Genji one trick, and then I transitioned into being like a big tank player. I played a lot of tank just because that was what was necessary before Rollock, and then I actually ended up liking it. And then then like Brig got released, and I like freaking hated my life. And then I transitioned into playing Ana and Zen, and I started having fun again. But basically, TLDR is that my tastes changed a lot, and your tastes will likely change too. That's totally fine. And I think what I would be looking for is for you is like to find the balance of what do you want to enjoy, what do you want to play right now, and play that. And if you are like right now, I'm actually enjoying Tracer, it's really not that big of a deal. Sure, go for it, play it up. You know what I'm saying? Go for it. But just keep in mind that your taste will change over time, and it's okay for your hero pool to change too.
Okay.
Okay. In addition to that, as well, for the amount of time that you're playing, I would stick with your approach right now, which seems to be, correct me if I'm wrong, mostly just two characters that you're playing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. With the amount of time that you're playing, that's probably going to be the most realistic method of your improvement. Anything more than that, and you're probably going to not really get enough repetitions on the character to actually improve. Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going here. So now you say 10 games per day. Is that all ranked?
Yeah.
Okay, do you warm up?
Yeah, yeah. I do like a little 5 minute, 10 minute warm up.
Okay, what do you do?
I do Vaxta, and then
Mm-hmm.
sometimes like there's like this other code like ZE. I forget what the code is, but it's like just a really fast tracer bot.
Yep. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. If that works for you, it's totally fine for me. Last thing I will say is I'm not sure if you've seen some of my other sessions, but we talk a little bit about breaks. Do you take breaks during your
Yeah,
gameplay.
yeah. I watched a lot of your VODs, so
Okay,
yeah.
perfect. So then we don't need to really hammer on that. You're aware of it, practice it, get in the habit, good to go. Okay. Do you have any questions about playtime, practice approach, anything like that?
Yeah, actually, I've been looking to kind of like increase my playtime more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I don't know, it's just kind of it gets sort of like mentally fatiguing at a point to really like because honestly, I haven't really even been hitting like 10 games. I've been closer to like 7 or 8 on
What's
average a
fatiguing you?
day. I don't know. It's not necessarily playing, honestly. It's like kind of like waiting in queue or like getting myself like to the next game that is sometimes challenging.
Give me a breakdown of like how it goes, like what happens. You get in a
Yeah,
game, you
so
play a game, the game's over, you sit in queue. Just kind of like break me through the steps.
yeah, usually yeah, game's over and then I kind of like procrastinate queuing almost. Because like I don't get like ranked anxiety while I'm really in the game, but I do kind of get that like outside of the game, like whether I'm gonna be like, oh, am I like ready to play ranked? Like, am I warmed up enough? Like that kind of thing. And that sometimes like will stop me from playing, and I'll just do something else, you know?
So your concerns about your are you ready for it? Are you warmed up for it?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay, okay. Like in terms of mechanics or just general alertness, decision making, or all of the
Yeah, more
above?
like alertness.
Okay, okay, okay. So do you feel sluggish? Do you feel like you're not fully dialed in?
Yeah, pretty often.
Okay, okay. Now let me look through this here. Feeling a hard time balancing the risk. What have you tried to improve that? I assume that you have tried an approach to alleviate that process. Have you tried any things strategically to help with that?
Yeah, I mean sometimes I just kind of try to get in like a rhythm of just like insta queuing almost like so that way it's like because usually like Overwatch games are pretty short in comparison to like a lot of the other games that I usually play. So like usually like insta queuing like sometimes kind of helps me with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But but then there's also like it is like good to take breaks between queues. So like I don't know.
I think for me, my main question is just like you're kind of describing like your strategy about like how do I just push through this feeling. I'm frankly kind of more curious about why you feel like that. Period. You kind of see what I'm saying? Like, why does this
Yeah.
feel like a chore in the first place? Like, to me, that's kind of the more concerning issue is like why this feels like you're so sluggish and so tired, period. And because like you're like, okay, well, I'm finding the way to kind of like just brute force it and push through it. And I'm realizing that if I take too much time off, that I have a hard time kind of like, I have a hard time getting back into the swing of things. But frankly, that's not normal. That's not
Okay.
normal. So what I would do is I'm honestly curious about like why that might be the case. How are you sleeping?
I mean I tend to sleep pretty well.
Okay. Okay.
Usually 7 to 10 hours, something like that.
When do you play Overwatch?
Yeah, I don't usually have like a that's one thing I've been trying to get into is like setting like times when I play because usually I just play like whenever I have the time or feel like it.
When do you usually have the time, and when do you usually feel like it? I know you say
Usually
you don't really
sorry.
have a routine, but like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So I'm like I do like online school and stuff, so I don't have
yeah.
like a crazy routine, but I like usually around like afternoon and then I do try to do like a second session like later like in the evening.
Okay, okay. Um, and then do you how like are you consistent with the same amount of time that you wake up and getting up? Are you consistent with the same amount of time of you like with your when you do your school stuff and so on, and then go into your play? Is that consistently like the same time or approximate the same time?
Yeah, to be honest, not really. Like some days I
Yeah.
don't know, my schedule's kind of all over the place.
I wouldn't say that that's necessarily always a bad thing, but if this is becoming a problem for you, you might want to evaluate like the way that you're approaching things and see if you can find a solution for what you're doing. Because again, I want to emphasize that kind of like this whole like super fatigue, like oh I feel like like I have a hard time playing or I have a hard time like that's not very normal, and you might want to address why that's the case. And if it's not specifically ranked anxiety, oh I'm scared to whatever, then we need to find out what it is, if that makes sense. We need to find out
Yeah.
exactly what's going on that's preventing you from wanting to play the game. It's preventing you from playing productively. Because we can look at this and we can review all the gameplay that you want, but if you don't go into game like wanting to play and like not necessarily like fully dialed in, like you're gonna have slow days. Like that's just how it's gonna be. Like you're gonna have days where you're just not fully dialed in. But if that's more the norm rather than the exception, then we need to kind of look at how you're practicing and find out why. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I honestly, I'm raising some potential red flags for you, but I don't really know. I don't know if that's maybe your sleep. I don't know if it's your playtime. I don't know. Maybe if there's some external stressors. Maybe it's how you're eating, or maybe, something as simple as like, maybe you're overthinking things just a little bit. Maybe you're like, what ends up happening is that you don't feel fully warmed up. And so then you're overthinking things just a little bit, and then you're getting in your own head. That could be a problem too. Right?
Yeah.
What I will say is this is my, I would say condolences, but maybe that's the wrong term. This is my, the comfort to you is even if you're not super dialed in, super focused in, you can still have a productive practice session. So if you don't feel fully dialed in, try to figure out why, try different things, but don't sweat it, don't stress it too much. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
You'll be okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any questions so far?
No, not really.
Okay. Let's keep going here. So you're around, you said high plat right now, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Short term, I'd like to be able to hold my own in masters. Long term, I'd like to be good enough to play in collegiate when I go to college. Okay, sounds good. In terms of play time right now, masters is definitely legitimate. It's totally exceptional, I say. It's totally reasonable for you to be able to reach that rank with the amount of playtime that you're going. The question is, it's going to be like, what is making the playtime that you have currently right now feel so bad?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you feel is holding you back from improving? We talked about probably the most important thing already. And then in the forum, you say, I feel like I have a hard time balancing the risks that I take. Some games I feel like I lost because I made plays that were too high risk that caused my team to lose fights. Some games I feel like I lost because of the plays I didn't make because I was playing too passively. I have a hard time telling to when and when to not take risks. Give me an example really fast, if anything comes to mind.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time I feel like sort of my like emotions kind of get in the way of like my playmaking, and I'll just kind of like as Tracer, like I'll just go like duel somebody because I'm like, oh yeah, I like should be able to win this. And then it's like but
Should
that was
being a term of what? Like your mechanical capability?
yeah, it's like I feel like oh I do all this like aim training, I should be able to beat this person, even though like the actual like when I look at it objectively, like I know that the odds of me beating, the duel could be completely like suicidal, but I'll just like to kind of take it anyways.
Yeah. Do you think that your
Um,
rank is a problem? I've
my
noticed that a
rank.
lot with the rank reset. Let me elaborate. A lot of people with a rank reset get an ego and they get punched in the throat.
Yeah. Yeah, that was mainly because I don't know. I remember I like, I was on such a steady progression before the rank reset, and I like peaked masters. I was all excited about that. But then it like kind of dropped, and now I'm like kind of a little less motivated just because I'm in plat.
Right.
But
Right. Something to consider, because you're going to go on this and you're like, I'm not legitimately plat. And then you're going to make dumb decisions that a plat player would make because you're not actually plat.
yeah,
Because here's the way to look at it. Even if you're right, even if you're like, oh, I could definitely ego these guys because I'm plat, I'm not actually plat mechanically, like I can win. Is that really the way that you want to practice? Is by consciously making decisions that you're going to ego people that are inferior to you.
yeah, no,
You know what I'm saying? Like one of the mistakes, one of the people that I always work with is there's a certain percentage of people that will like, they'll queue stack quick play with friends, right? And they'll be like the highest ranked player in that quick play stack. And they're like, I'm struggling to improve. I do play some quick play. And I always ask them, do you play the characters that you main in quick play? And a lot of times the answer is yes. And I say, stop doing that. Because what you're doing in quick play is you're saying, oh, these guys suck. You're egoing them. And you're right. And then you get in ranked, and then you've built those habits in quick play, dominating crappy players, and you're wondering why it doesn't work. So for you, you might even be successfully egoing these plat players a percentage of the time. And then you get thrown into a low diamond lobby, and you've got those same stupid habits. And you're wondering why you're struggling.
yeah. No, that happened to me the other day where I was very used to just kind of like ego peeking widows as like soldier,
Yep.
and then I had like 26 deaths or something that game. It was
Yep.
horrible.
Yep.
Like,
What you want to do is what is objectively the right move here? Like if like sometimes that means losing a duel because you peak. Like for example, if you're a Widowmaker versus a Widowmaker duel, and that Widow is like, let's say GM in your Masters, and you took an off angle, you flanked, you should have had the drop on the Widowmaker. You did have the drop in the Widowmaker. You just freaking missed the shot. She flicks over and she clicks you in the head. You should be fine with that. I made the right decision. Yeah. I just missed the shot. That's your litmus test for is what you're doing correct. Was it the right decision? If so, great. If not, then you're an idiot. Fix the problem.
Yeah.
Fix the problem. And then if you made the right decision and it didn't work out, nobody cares. Rinse and repeat. Do it again. I've met so many players in your percentage that have like been like hit by the sledgehammer of the rank reset and they can't get back, and it's because it's the same problem every time. They feel like a sense of entitlement that's not even like, oh, your ego is bad. It's normal, right? This whole rank reset really messed with people's heads, and so just even a little bit of entitlement is going to screw you over, and it's also going to make you more frustrated because that's going to ruin. Like this is why I was like, this rank reset is not like a magic pill, because it's going to really screw with people's heads, and this is a great point of it. Like you're not a crazy person, right? This is a normal response. You just need to adjust and keep going. Be humble, work hard.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think that's mostly it. It's like we need to take a look at like the risk versus reward ratio, the angles that you're taking, the duels that you're taking. Do they make any sense? Do the positions you take make any sense? I don't really have any other questions from your forum. Do you have any other questions from me?
No.
Okay, let's take a look at a replay code here.
Here you go. Now
I know all of that obviously went on for a while, but that stuff is super important. Why are you like your ego with stuff? The way that you're approaching the game, and then obviously like why is it feels so difficult to get into the game. We need to solve those problems. Okay, let's take a look here. So is this tracer all the way through?
Yeah, I swapped to soldier at like the very end, but like that was just because my team was getting kind of mad.
Okay. Elaborate, please.
Yeah, I mean they were like, it was some complaint, like, I don't know. I didn't actually think I was playing that terribly, but it was like, we don't have enough damage or something.
Okay.
And then last 30 seconds, I played some soldier. But,
okay, fair enough. Now, why did you choose this VOD?
I just felt like, I think right now sport comp is Mercy Lifeweaver, but I tend to really struggle against like Mercy Kiriko or just like those two characters in combination. Gets played later, and like, I don't know. I just remember this whole game like feeling like I'm forcing cooldowns, but nothing is happening.
Okay.
That kind of thing.
Okay, so you felt like you weren't necessarily trolling, but nothing correct was happening, and you want to know why.
Yeah, I actually do troll in about 5 seconds here, but
okay, but for the most part, okay.
Yeah, for the most part.
Now, before we get in, you said you've watched a lot of my VODs. You should have an idea of how to play Tracer. What's your job? Like, what does a character do?
Get in the back line. If I try to get a kill, if I can't get a kill, just try to like annoy them and like force cooldowns.
Okay. Anything that you've been working on recently, specific?
I've been trying to focus like less on getting kills and just like mostly just staying alive.
Okay.
Like putting like death at like not dying is my number one priority.
When is that good? When is that good? And why is that good?
Well, it's good because like uptime, as opposed to like just going in and dying and then I'm dead and not doing anything. And then I don't know, it's good just because it keeps like constantly annoying, and it's sort of like I kind of envision it like I'm sort of pulling like their backline away from their tank, and that makes their tank more vulnerable and they have to like give up space. Yep.
Okay. Let's take a look. Any questions before we get in gameplay specifically?
Actually, yeah. Some like DPS 1v1s. Do I win like does Tracer win like every DPS 1v1? Or
if the stars align, if you have blinks and recall, the answer is yes.
Okay.
If you don't have blinks or recall, the answer is no. Play cautiously. It's situational. But yes, you should basically win every 1v1 if you have full resources, almost without exception.
All right.
Okay. Now the question is it a 1v1?
Yeah.
I mean, this is just silly, right? The angle that you took was good. The timing that you took was good. You just needed to prioritize the threat first. The rule with Overwatch is when you take an off angle and somebody says no, you need to beat the person in the head that says no first, then kill the squishies.
Okay.
This Cassidy is the... Like, think about it this way. If you want to rob a bank, you don't just run in and grab the money, right? You got to take down the security system first, okay? This is like IRL coaching. You got me? All right?
Yeah.
So you need to take out the security system, then you can rob the bank. This is the security system. In the same way that if you wanted to kill Mercy, but there's a tracer marking you here, you would need to win the tracer duel first. Because if you try to cheat past the tracer, she just one clip you and force your recall. Okay. Fight's about to start here. Where should you be setting up?
Probably over towards like the left, like kind of wrapping around, like right here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So why aren't you? Passive-aggressive comments are my specialty.
Yeah, it's sort of hard to remember my thought process at the time, but I don't know. Maybe I'm waiting for them to like push up a little more.
What do you mean? As in they walk forward and then you take the angle?
Yeah.
What's the problem with off angles? What are you doing when you're setting up? Like you're walking over here. Are you doing any damage?
No.
No. So when do you want to set up? You get me?
I'm a little lost.
Look at what your Ryan's doing.
Oh, he's in spawn.
So when should you be setting up?
When he gets here.
No.
Or while he's getting here. Sorry.
While he's getting here. Exactly. Yes, exactly. The problem here is you're like, oh, I'll get a little chip damage here. No, you're not doing anything meaningful right now. In fact, there's a higher chance that you actually die here to something random Cassidy headshot than anything positive. Yeah. So just take this time to set up so that when you're Reinhardt and when your team is prepared, you are also prepared. Because if you're waiting for the enemy team or for your team to do something, that's silly. Because now this fight is ready to go, and where the frick are you? You're late. And not only are you late, but you're not on an optimal angle. And not only are you not on an optimal angle, you've had to use 2 blinks to get on an angle at all. Worst case scenario. So if the stars were aligning here and you were perfectly positioned, set up on the flank here, where would you be?
I'd maybe be kind of maybe like behind their soldier or life leader.
Sure, somewhere over here. You could take the time. You would absolutely have the time to set up to here if you'd been here first. And then once you're here, you guys win the fight. It's too far away. Too far away, and you had to use your blinks to get there. And then so you have to immediately recall out. I do appreciate that you did take a flank, but when you took it and how you took it is bad.
Yeah,
Makes sense? Late. Yeah. Is this the rose skin?
Yeah.
It's a good skin. Better than the tragic mythic, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, not a fan of that one.
Mythic's a little loud. Okay. Any questions so far?
Yeah, I think we do actually win this first round. So
Perfect.
You could probably skim through this one a little bit, but
I mean, I don't really care all that much. As long as it's competitive, it's fine with me.
Yeah.
Like I'm noticing here still, I guess here, that's a good pulse one, but really you know where this fight's going to happen, right? It's going to happen on the choke. So where should you be setting up?
Probably over to the right or left.
Probably over to the right or left, right? This is where you need to experiment. Man, you're like, oh, but I'm going to be losing damage. What damage are you doing right now?
Yeah,
you're just you're spreading DPS passive. So the irony is, if you were here, set up here, you hear this, you're already here. You're already here. You have to use no blinks to do what you need to do here.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So you want uptime, but also where that uptime is really important. Don't just have uptime for the sake of uptime. Invest your time. You know what you're doing? You're skipping sleep so that you can work out. That's what you're doing. Right? Which is like, yeah, that's not a very healthy way of approaching the game. Let's put it that way. Got uptime, but at what cost? Now let's talk about this. Now, what got it through your head to take an angle here? Why? Why did you do this?
Over to the left?
Yeah, why are you taking an angle now?
I don't know, because I felt like when they're like walking back from spawn is sort of like and kind of catch him off guard.
Sure. Okay, fair enough. I'm pleased to see you taking an angle here, though. This is good.
All right.
I would say maybe this is a little too early, but it's all right.
Yeah.
It's okay. As long as you play your life cautiously here. And you see what happens? It's not a well-timed angle at all. I mean, look at this. You're totally by yourself, but because it's an angle, you made him pee his pants.
Yeah.
Ah! You know, you see that? He freaks.
Yeah.
So even though it was like you only checked one out of the 2 boxes, you still checked a box. And so you just got an ultimate for absolutely free. Now, with where your team is fighting, where should you be angling?
I could probably just sit like kind of under that little like archway. So just wait for them to walk.
Kind of sit here, hide here, hide here, hide here, hide here. You could rotate all the way in here and hide in here as well, right? You got so many options. Let's see what you do. You got to sit up right now. You see it? Opportunity's gone. Because now, what happens if your Reinhardt wants to push? Where are you?
I'm with the rest of the team where I'm not really all that useful.
Right, and this is where it's really bad because now you're on the angle, but you might be too late. Good. At least you're on an angle here. Good. That's unfortunate. You got rolled, but that's okay. You had the right idea. You just need to get there sooner. Okay. We're waiting. Okay, set up. Man, they are so hard trying to stop you from flanking. That's fine. Take it left. Wrap left. I would say don't be in such an urgent rush to go for this pulse bomb. What could you be doing right now? Instead.
I could kind of like blink behind like those cargo boxes.
And then here, you're going to squeeze him back, and then now all of a sudden you could take the deep blink, or you can go for the pulse bomb, but instead of having to go for a 1, 2, 3 blink pulse bomb, which then you'll have to recall, you'll be able to take your time. Take your time. Oh, and by the way, missing a pulse bomb in the middle of a team fight is still extremely valuable. Missing a pulse bomb now is not very valuable. Why? What's happening right now?
Well, my tank's not really like pushed up very much.
Right. We're not quite fighting yet. We're close, but we're not quite there. So the panic that you're causing now is useful, but it could be more useful. It could be a little bit more useful if you'd been set up. So again, here, you notice that a lot of what you're doing is you're not really taking the time to set up on an angle for the fight, pushing in, ready to go, right? A lot of it is pursuing uptime, a little bit of laziness with taking angles and trying to shoot, instead of just taking the time to invest your time wisely. Because the fight's starting now, and where are you? You see what I'm saying?
Very good angle.
You're not in a very good angle, and you're also down your CDs. Given where the enemy team is positioned here, given the fact that you do have time to set up right now, where should you go? You don't have perfect scouting. We're cheating for you here. But you have a pretty good idea the enemy team is on point. So what should you do?
Well, I could go and like annoy the Junker Queen. She's walking back.
You sure could. You could wrap all the way here and just see what opportunities present themselves. Yep, you got it.
Yeah.
Is that the best option? I don't know. I don't care. It's a good option. Roll with it.
All right.
Now, you don't need to overthink things. Like even what you're doing right now is not too bad. I just would have liked you to have been there a little bit sooner. Keep shooting. Heck, I would stay on this angle here. Because look, you're like, oh, it felt really bad. Yeah, but look who's here now. You see it?
The Queen. Yeah.
The Queen. You could just shoot and shoot tank and shoot tank and shoot tank and get your uptime here with that mini. What you do here is not bad. I respect what you're doing. You're trying to get on that angle. It just feels a little stressful to run that far.
Yeah.
Good angle here. Let's go. Nice clip. Really, really good stuff that you're doing right here. Check this out. Nano Soldier, you turn him your direction. Cassidy goes back. Cassidy used Mag Grenade. Moira fades to pocket. Cassidy looks at you again. Because Cassidy's looking at you, the soldier's, by the way, still not full HP, so he's not getting value of the visor. Fade has been forced. Cassidy's not looking, dies the high noon. You just clutch your team this fight. You just clutched this fight for your team, excuse me.
Yeah. Okay, I wouldn't have normally realized that because honestly, I kind of felt like I was doing nothing here. But
And why did it work? If we're looking at our fundamentals, are you on an off angle? Are you timing things well? Are you up close? Yes, yes, yes.
yeah. Okay.
And there it is. That's what Tracer does. And not only that, but your downtime was only like, what, 3 seconds? Blink, grab a mini, and you're right back. Another one dead. Another one dead. And another one dead. Nice job. Really, really nice job. You clutched your fight for the team. Your team for the fight, whatever. Words. Good? Don't run away. Don't run away. Stay here.
Don't run away from the Sombra.
Don't run away from the Sombra. It's a skill check. It's a skill check. This is where you need to have ego. You know where she is now. She's failed to use hack. You have plenty of resources here. Win the duel. Win it.
Yeah. All right. I think my fear was that like the Lucio or something would come over.
So if the Lucio comes over, what do?
Run.
Then you run.
Yeah.
Right? But make the Lucio come over. It may be that you're interested in trying to like kill the squishy here, but like that's not your job. Your job is to hold an angle and pressure. You had a great angle. That angle got contested. Great. Keep contesting it. Keep it busy. Force resources. Force the Sombra out. Make them help the Sombra. And then guess what? If you win the duel and the Sombra runs away, now you have a free angle to go for the Cassidy. You see that?
Okay.
Your first priority is your position, not to necessarily run around, triple blink, and chase squishies. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so you cap this here. I may call an audible here. Do you have the capability to stream Overwatch through Discord?
Yes, I do.
Do you want to do some live coaching?
We could try.
Okay.
Should I play comp?
Yes.
Okay. I'll try that then.
I think that we've simplified things enough here. I don't think I necessarily need to be adding more details here. I just want you to take a short off angle when your team is ready to go. Are you warmed up relatively so?
Yeah, I just got done playing like an hour ago. So.
Okay, so we should be good to go. Let me shut this down. Okay. So okay, let me ask you, what do you need to be practicing? What needs to be done?
I think I need to. What I shouldn't be doing is like being kind of just like a heat-seeking missile to the Ana.
Yep.
More like just like holding an off angle. If the off angle gets contested, see if I can win it.
Yep.
If I can, good. If I can't, I should back off.
Yep. Your job is to set up before the fight starts on an off angle and then pressure from that position. Find a good short range off angle and keep doing it over and over and over again. So have you seen me live coach in any of my sessions before?
I don't think I have.
It's very simple. I'm going to sound like a broken clock over and over and over and over again. I guess broken record would be the better term here. But yeah, I'm just going to basically be like, hey, do this, do this, do this, do this. I'm not going to coach you. I'm not going to give you details. I'm not going to teach you. We're not going to like it's going to be super, super, super simple. You can warm up too if you'd like to. If you'd just like to do like a few minutes of deathmatch, go for it.
We got a game, so.
Oh, yeah, already? Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, let me let me get my thing here. Okay. So right now, where's your team going to take this fight? Predict.
I think I'll just go over there, but probably like right under the sign. We have a recess. I'll probably just be standing around there.
So what short range off angle do you think will be useful to hold? You're not sure where the team's going to roll it. You're not sure what they're going to run, but what's a good safe bet?
Probably, I don't know, maybe like in here, where I'm going to walk up a bit.
Okay, sounds good.
I got lucky with my call sign. Can you imagine?
And what you're going to do here is you're going to try this, and you're going to see how it feels. And if it feels bad, think about why. If it feels good, think about why. Learn from this. Your job is not to execute or perform. Your job is to experiment and learn. Wait for your team to fight, and then you pressure from the short off angle. We'll see how it goes. Remember, no heat-seeking missile here. Be patient. That's why. Because you hear, you're like, oh, we're fighting. No, you're not. No, you're not. That entire backline was AFK. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So just be patient. All right, where's the team fighting? Where do you want to hold? Find the off angle. Could be high ground here. Good. Good. Your idea to go high ground there was 100% the correct angle. Nice job. Okay, with where your team is fighting here... Uh-oh. Your Sim's sleeping. Where do you want to be?
Right around here.
Let's try it. See how it goes.
Just wait for them to walk up a little more.
Yep, works for me. Okay. Good. Be patient. Okay, keep holding it. Sure. Good. Find a different angle. Keep going. Should be fine. Don't even recall here. Oh, maybe you do. Good. You just got out-mechanicked. What you did was correct. And because it was correct, look at what just happened in the kill feed.
Yeah.
It feels bad. It feels bad, but you did the right thing. You held the Ana's attention for a long time. The angle was good. The cover usage was good. You just got out-mechanicked. GG's. And honestly, I actually don't... What the Ana did, I don't even think your mechanics were bad there. The Ana just did a good job. Okay. Stay focused. What off angle? I like this. Good. Keep going. Stay there. Stay there. So what you did there is you saw Winston and you're like, oh, I don't like Winston as a target. But you know what? Winston was in your off angle. Fight him.
Yeah, because, I should have peeled there.
Right. Well, no, you should not have peeled. You should not have blinked away in the first spot.
I mean, like,
yeah,
I should have gone and helped my
right,
teammate.
Right.
Whatever,
When you blinked away from the Winston, you blinked into the middle of the enemy team. Stay on the angle. So right now, where do you want to go? Think about it. Think about it. Think about it.
Under here, maybe get a
Looks good to me. Looks good to me. Hold this angle. Perfect. Great. Hold the angle. Hold the angle. Don't chase. Hold. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. Brilliant job. Find the next target. Live. Keep shooting. Now I want you to retake an angle here if you can. Even if it's just here. Perfect. You're crazy. Nice job. Retake your angle. No laziness. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Deepen, 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 deepen. Good, 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 good. Your team's still fighting, so you can start shooting. Now hold this angle. Try this one out. See how it feels. We haven't done this one yet. Fighter. Good. It's okay. You got caught off guard. The angle itself was good. They put 2 resources on you there. You probably need to play a little bit more safe, maybe even blink backwards. I think your Lucio, you thought that your Lucio with you, but he bailed at that point. Retake your angle. Where should you go? I like this.
Behind this bastion.
I like it. I like it. Good try. Nice. They're low. Good stuff. Okay, where's the fight going to happen? What angle do you want to take? You might get a good respawn here, maybe... No. Okay, where's the fight going to go? Where do you want to go?
Maybe like up top here.
Mm-hmm. Works for me. See how it goes. Set up, set up, set up, set up, set up. Now you can shoot from here. The fight's starting. Go ahead. So you could choose to shoot the Winston there because you're on the angle, or you could choose to do what you did there and wrap around deep flank. That's fine too. I don't want you to go backwards, so you see how you're going backwards? If you committed to that left flank, commit to it. Just commit. See if you can live here. That's fine. So you know, when you rotate left, if the Winston all of a sudden presents himself as being shot, or able to be shot, then shoot him. If you choose instead to go for the backline, then go for the backline. Make your decision. Don't know what that beat was. Okay, this fight's lost. Reset. So this is going to be an early 3rd point fight. So where are you going to play? You have time to set up here, so think.
Around here.
Try it out. See how it goes. Now that you're here, be patient and wait for your team. Stay on it. Good. Good. Stay on it. Stay right here. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. Brilliant. Stay on it. Be careful. Good. Retake a different angle. Good. Patience. 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 Only problem there was just a little bit too deep for no blinks. You probably should have just held that corner. But very nice fight from you strategically. Besides that, very nice fight. Where's the fight going to be? Where do you need to be? Set up.
It could be up here.
Looks good to me. Be cautious.
Yo, can we like actually fucking get like a DPS that's frontlining?
Good.
Like double flankers into a Winston's like actually fucking throwing. Like no one's there to support our backline healers.
Good. Take the angle. Take the angle. Nice stick. And that kills Iana. Beautiful. Stay on the angle. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. Beautiful. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. Good. Just live. Your team will be back soon. Good. Just live. Keep shooting. I want you to pick a target here. Recall.
So you're good.
That's fine. Your only problem there is you did a lot of running around, but you didn't actually finish a single target.
Yeah.
Your job is either to just stay and shoot, or actually finish a target. Good, good. Productive. Okay. A lot of deaths that here are just stupid deaths, frankly. A lot of stupid deaths. This is just inexperience with Tracer, because this is still a relatively new character for you. But the overall practice quality is really good. Really, really, really good. So this is how you practice. This is how you practice. That guy is killing me, by the way. Guy's crying in chat.
I didn't even notice. Paper badge and we win this game. Yeah, usually in a game like this, I would probably swap to like Soldier.
But see, that would be a massive mistake. Massive mistake. Yeah. You're playing a Soldier into Winston Sombra. Tracer's infinitely better. Because you can actually pressure backline. You can actually pressure the Winston when he's setting up. And you can also not die to Sombra dive 24/7.
Yeah.
Tracer's really flexible. Like, the way that you beat these dives is the forehead, just go Bastion, Reaper, Torb. But the other thing that you can do is just deny them from taking flanks by being on those flanks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you know where this fight's going to happen. You know where this fight's going to happen. It's going to happen around that first choke, that first corner. So where should you be setting up? Where should your end goal be?
I could run up top and go through the little tunnel there, or I could go under.
Let's try it.
I could do either one of those two. I'm gonna try up top.
Give it a shot. Okay. Team is setting up. You set up as well. Good. Too far away. Good. Good. Retake an angle. Retake an angle. Go. She's gonna have sleep dart here. Okay. Bad duel. Good strategy. The thing is that your strategy here in these 1v1s has been pretty weak, but it's not because necessarily even that you're bad or inexperienced. It's because there's a jackass in your ear 24/7 telling you to take an angle, take an angle.
Yeah, so I'm usually like, I'm not good at multitasking.
Well, nobody's good at multitasking. Nobody's good. Take an angle. Take an angle. You see what happened? You stopped thinking about angles for just a split second. You see that? You see that? Your job is not to perform when you practice. Your job is to practice what we're here for. We're here to practice your off angles, not your duels. So if you fumble your 1v1s with Ana because I'm in your ear telling you take an angle, take an angle, take an angle, that's fine. That's what we want. You got me?
Yeah.
And that's how you need to be playing yourself. That's how you need to be coaching yourself. So right now, think, set up. Where do we need to be? Where do you need to go?
Gotcha.
Fight him. Good. They're out. Careful.
Any different
Okay.
match not very cool.
Take an angle. Go. 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 It's fine. I think the setup there was a little sloppy. Once Venture met you up top left, you either need to continue to dive them or find a different off angle sooner. The problem is that the Venture forced your recall, then you decide to take a different recall, a different angle. I don't want you to try and take a different angle. You're bouncing around from different angles to different angles too many times. Find an angle, try to rotate around that angle instead. Where do you need to go? Good. Where's your angle?
I'm just gonna ignore him and go through.
Angle, 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 angle. Live, if you can. Don't know if you can. I think you're dead. It's okay. Okay, again, think about, so we would try, I want you to try a different angle here. We've been doing the same angle over and over again. Do a totally different angle, because this has not been working with the Venture holding. How did that angle feel? This fight's lost, so we can already be thinking. How did that angle feel?
Couldn't really shoot them very much. But the Sogan did pop ult, so I'm not sure if that was necessarily all the angle.
Okay. Either try the same angle or try a different angle. Your choice. Okay, let's see how it goes. Wait for it. Be patient. Be patient. Check your team's positioning. Okay, we're good. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, so this is what you do. This is what you do. You're gonna pull up the replay code, and you're gonna send it to me. Got it. I'll jump into my stream. And are you ready to coach yourself?
Okay.
Ready for battle.
Oh, wait, sorry. Shell strip.
Mm-hmm.
2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Stop the payload from moving!
What do you think?
Yeah, it was way too early.
Okay. Next fight. Next fight. Nothing really happens here. What do you think?
It's okay.
What could be better? Is there anything better?
I mean, my mechanics obviously could have been better, but yeah, I'm not really sure.
How does the angle feel?
Not very good.
Why?
Too far away.
So what's your alternative?
I could go up and like kind of help out with the venture in the tunnel.
So you saying that I should have started here instead?
That's possible.
Okay. What else? Is there another option?
I can also play around like that mini over to the left.
Okay. There you go. Congratulations. I agree. This fight was already lost by the time we got there. What do you think of this? Just let it play.
Mm,
60 seconds.
I'm kind of blinking a little bit more than I need to.
What do you mean?
I don't know, sort of just like bouncing around when I could just be like hiding behind cover.
Okay.
30 seconds.
It's a pretty good observation here. What do you think? Anything?
Yeah, I kind of tunnel visioned. I had like no idea that Bastion was just walking up like that.
Okay. This fight was lost. What do you think?
This angle's okay. I really struggle with this point on Tracer, like all of the second point.
What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one because like it's not good to walk back like that, but also I can't
I think it's
really
okay.
stay at L.
I think it's
Is it
okay.
okay?
You just needed to
Okay.
go. You just needed to go. You didn't. You second guessed yourself because I brought up, hey, you can shoot the Winston. I screwed you over here. But that's going to happen in games. So you're going to not be sure and you're going to hesitate. And we talked about that. Hesitation is going to kill you. You need to decide. You either hold the off angle here and shoot the monkey. That's fine, right?
Yeah.
Or you hard flank the backline. You choose. Right?
Okay.
So what are we seeing so far? This angle right here feels kind of crappy. This one maybe feels a little bit more consistent. Maybe this one instead, because the angle was too far, correct?
Yeah.
The other thing you're noticing is that you're blinking around randomly without really having a purpose when you could just be using cover and shooting more and more and more. And then here, you're rotating either too much or second guessing your rotation and just wasting time.
Yeah.
Then stagger here, stagger here, stagger here, stagger here. What do you think of this so far? Let's just play this out and you let me know what you think.
I don't know. I think it's possible I could have just stuck on the monkey.
Did you need to? Are you doing work here?
Yeah, it worked out, but I don't know. I feel like that was kind of more due to the enemies misplaying.
So you're saying you should have stayed and kept shooting the monkey. Why?
I don't know. It just feels like it's more consistent. Whereas, well, actually, maybe it is the right play because then the monkey doesn't get healing.
I'm going to be
I just
honest
think
with
maybe
you. Let's ask you the question. Was getting to the back line easy?
Not really.
So then what should you have
Oh
done?
well.
It's kind of
Stay
tricky,
on the
right?
monkey.
It's 50-50, right? This is not
Yeah.
particularly hard, but also standing there and shooting the monkey would have also been very easy. So honestly, it's up to you.
Okay.
I'm pleased that to get to backline, you didn't blink around everywhere. You were able to stay on the flank and get there quickly. That's fine. That's why this worked, is because it didn't take you too long to get to the backline.
Yeah.
Whereas remember what happened here? You hesitated, you didn't do anything, and then there was a massive downtime. That didn't happen here. You took an angle, you committed, and you even though you committed to the backline, which took a little bit of time, you did get here, and you did work. Right?
Yeah.
But I agree. Shooting the monkey would have been good. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think I didn't manage my blinks very well there. And I'm also in like a tight space, which is like kind of not the best for Tracy.
So what should you have done differently?
I could have gone on just like a different angle entirely. Or like if I had just been more wary of the Sombra, maybe just keep shooting the monkey.
To me, I'm just wary, period. You're down everything. And you're just acting like you're totally fine.
Yeah.
Like this Ana could just sleep you right now, and you're dead. That's the mistake. It would have been, if not Sombra, it would have been Ana. That's all. You were down all your resources, and you just pretended that you were full HP. Full resources, full cooldowns. What do you think?
I didn't use my blinks great there. I kind of wasted one. But that was
Idea was fine.
mechanics.
Mechanics are bad. What do you think about this?
I think this is alright. Yeah, probably some unnecessary blinks there.
What do you think about the angle that you took?
What was behind them? And except for like here, I did kind of stay in the same place rather than kind of like switching angles too quickly.
You're at the start of the fight, the strategy was pretty reasonable. But then this is where I think there was like a lot of blinking around, and yet you just never actually like finished a kill. Like for example, what's the purpose of this blink? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I really don't.
It just kind of is like random, you know? So like not only are you down resources, but now you can't even chase a Kiriko properly, and then you die as a result. So I think that your initial strategy was good. The execution maybe not so good. Okay, let's keep going. Any questions so far?
Not really.
Okay, let's keep going. What do you think?
It's okay. I mean, I'm distracting them a little bit, but I don't really have any real opportunity to put like a ton of pressure on.
Why not?
Well, the Ana is on high ground, and the Sojourn is kind of like with the Kiriko, so I can't really like, I can't take a 2v1 like that.
You could.
I
Just play
could,
for
but
distraction.
yeah,
What do you think about your range here?
it's not great.
It's not great. It's hard to take a 2v1 when you're this far away.
Yeah.
So what's the problem with not necessarily the initial angle, but what you did with this angle at the start?
Maybe I should have just blinked to high ground.
Maybe. Or certainly done what you did here. Maybe blink in here sooner to get closer.
Okay. Yeah.
This feels a lot better.
Yeah.
This is also where you need to know that you can blink up here.
Yeah.
Save yourself a lot of time.
Yeah. Also, like, I don't have very good resources here while I'm doing this on a.
You had a blink and a recall, you just didn't use it. Thoughts on this? Kind of goes without saying.
Yeah, I kind of just jumped into their team.
It's funny because this is when I was talking with you about the previous fight, right? And you immediately go back to heat-seeking missile.
Yeah.
Immediately. A very far heat-seeking missile.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I probably just should have won this.
What do you mean?
Like I should have just I either should have fully committed to doing the venture and died for it, or I should have just gone somewhere else. Because I kind of like poked her out a little bit and then just left.
Yeah.
Which
I mean,
didn't really get me
you
down.
forced all the cooldowns, right? You forced Ana to pocket as well.
Okay.
You could stay here. You know what I'm saying? You could stay here.
Yeah.
You could commit to it. It's exactly what you said. It's like either you should have just taken a different angle entirely, or you should have committed to this, because this is you have no resources. You can't do this.
Yeah.
You want to take an angle. Remember with the Winston thing when you were like all the way in third point? You're like, should you shoot the Winston to shoot the back line? The reason that angle was so good is because you could do either one pretty quickly. Here or deepen and go for the back line. The problem with what you do here is you choose the left side and then decide, you know what? I don't like left side. All the way to right side and now you're dead.
Yeah.
When you choose a side, you kind of have to stick with it. You can deepen all the way through, but you kind of have to stick with it. When you choose right side, you're choosing this side, and this side, and this side, and this side, and this side, but you can't go over here. And if you choose this angle, you're choosing here, and here, and here, and here, and here, but you really can't go all the way over here. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So choose an angle, choose a flank, and kind of pressure from that flank, and then wrap around, deepen around, but don't blink all the way across the other side of the map.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so it's like I look for an angle, I set up at the angle, I try to pressure from the angle.
Mm-hmm. And if you don't like what you see, deepen. Don't swap sides.
Okay.
Deepen, don't swap sides. Because as you can see, like this feels really, really awkward. Okay. A little bit of timing here as well. Like you get a little bit fortunate that this works. Because really, she should just be able to slide away. Or even just Suzu, right? There's no other distractions there. And I think this is where, again, you're rushing things. This is where we get a little bit of heat-seeking missile, but you don't have your recall. Venture's looking at you. What should you do?
Probably just duel the Venture.
You just need to duel the Venture. Yeah, you just need to duel the Venture. You need to be patient and then going, because you don't have the resources to duel this Ana. Right? You see that? You can't win this 1v1. Like, you just can't. Not in the situation that you are now. So it's miraculously you survive, but really that's... And then again here. Blink here. Don't wrap all the way around behind. Takes too long. Okay, so we're going to take right side now. Ignore the Sojourn ult. What do you think?
This is okay. I mean, I can sort of like shoot them from behind this rock, and I can like kind of drag their attention, but I can't.
Is it close
enough?
Really,
it's reasonably close.
Yeah, I don't think it's too bad. I don't think it's too bad. This isn't one you're going to need to experiment with and see how it goes. You do have the blink onto the high ground option as well. Something to consider.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know you could do that.
It's okay. Thoughts on this angle, if you play it well?
I think if I didn't get hit by that anti, I probably could have...
Ignore the touch. Ignore the touch. Just play that this is first fight. What do you think of this angle as a whole?
I mean, I can get distraction from it, but...
Can you get close to people? Can you get to people from here?
No.
I disagree, actually. I think you can go to here and shoot from behind here, and you have easy access to high ground.
I guess that's true, yeah.
Because that's what you did first fight. This is the same angle you took first fight, remember? Remember when you went underneath of the Kiriko? Something to consider. So, let's take some notes here. I know there's a lot of information here, so let's try and simplify this, okay?
Okay.
What do you need to do? What do you need to practice?
I think like committing to an angle. Less so committing to like a... Oh, choose. Yeah,
choose an off angle and set up. Pre-fight.
Yeah.
Once on that angle, commit to it, deepen, duel, distract, etc. When you say commit to an angle, what do you mean?
Like stay on that angle even if like I'm not... Like don't just immediately blink at them unless there's like an opportunity.
Right. Keep an eye on the lazy heat-seeking missile playstyle. Just running in and clipping, then out. We talk about uptime. That playstyle is a huge problem with uptime.
Yeah.
Huge problem with uptime. And a huge problem with the risk as well. Okay. Anything else come to mind? You talked about some of your blink management. What about your blinks?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of times I'll just... maybe it's a bad habit from Vaxxed almost, of just kind of like blinking around everywhere. But like only really blink if I need to like get to cover. or if I already have cover, there's not really like a reason that I need to
Mhm.
blink unless I need to like, get closer to the target.
Yep. Yep. That might be changing how you warm up. Maybe you need to warm up not in Vaxta if you're playing Tracer. Maybe you need to warm up in Deathmatch. Because
Okay.
frankly, at your rank, Deathmatch is still, even unranked Deathmatch will still be good. Still be good. It's a little bit more of a problem when you're Grandmaster because the queues are terrible and you're generally playing versus Plats and Diamonds anyway, but that's kind of where you are, frankly. So
Yeah.
win Deathmatch. Play one Deathmatch game. There's your blink management. Because even if it's just Deathmatch, you don't have blinks, you die in Deathmatch. Right?
Yeah.
Something to consider. Okay. Any questions? I would say those are your big things.
Actually, one thing, it didn't really come up too much in that game, but kind of like when I'm on like a very like hard off angle and there's like maybe another tracer or like a Genji or something, or just like another flanker. Like, how much should I worry about like taking them out before I?
Your job, remember, is to fight who's contesting you. If you
Okay.
take an angle and there's somebody there, win the 1v1 or force them out or bait more resources. Force a tracer to get a Lucio pocket. You got me?
Okay. Yeah.
Then you're cooking. That's it.
All right.
You don't necessarily need to go out of your way to fight them. You just, if they take the same angle as you, then you need to beat them.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Any other questions?
No, that's it.
I want you to be patient with your practice. I want you to obviously figure out like what's kind of distracting you and so on, and try and figure out like how you need to be approaching that. And I want you to keep me updated with how your practice goes. Obviously, there's a lot to unpack here. I would practice these things one at a time.